Hi everyone and welcome back to Fully Playable Games. On today's video we are going to be heading back out to CEX for another CEX challenge video. We've got a fair amount of money to spend today, so what we'll do is we'll roll the intro and then we'll get into the breakdown for what we've got to spend today. So yeah, as I say, we have got a fairly good budget today actually. There's been a couple of consoles that we've not been able to buy for. To be honest, actually, to say that, there's a couple of consoles that we've not bought for at all, I think. Yeah, we've got one on here. We obviously also introduced a new console last time as well. So let's get to the breakdown and we'll have a look at what we've got to spend. So for the PS1, we've got a budget of £13. I think we've had one. Did we have? I think we had yeah, we've had one PS1 title. I think that was on the last CEX hunt, I think. I can't actually remember because it was so long ago that I filmed the pickups for the last part. We've got £5.50 for the PS2, £5.25 for the PS3, £10 on the PS4, and as well, obviously we're now doing the PS5 as well. So we added, yeah, we added it last time. So we didn't manage to get anything then, so now we've got £10 to spend. I still think it's going to be a while before we're able to get a PS5 game. We've then got £5.50 on the PSP, £14 on the PS Vita, £7 on the original Xbox, £6 on the Xbox 360, and £5 on the Xbox One. Then for the Nintendo consoles, we've got £10 on the GameCube, £6 on the Wii, £5 on the Wii U, £5 on both the DS and the 3DS, £20 on the Switch, and then to wrap it up, we've got £7 to spend on the Dreamcast. So obviously last time, yes, actually looking at that, so yes, we did get a PlayStation title in the last one, which was, if I believe rightly, was Star Wars. And then we also got a couple of Dreamcast games as well. We got Sonic and I want to say Virtual Fighter. So yeah, we finally managed to sort of, those are the two consoles that I do struggle with because they are sort of quite high priced. But that is going to be the breakdown. So the total money that the total budget, sorry, that we've got to spend today is £139.25. So let's head out to CEX, see what we can pick up, and then what we'll do is we'll come back and we'll go through everything that we managed to pick up. Okay, so here we are at CEX, and I'm going to do a bit of a voiceover today. Just purely because when I was sort of editing the video, there's a lot of sort of music in the background sort of once we get into the shop, so I didn't want it just to be purely sort of my audio track while we were in there, and I thought we'd actually sort of talk through a couple of bits actually while we were going through. So at the moment I am just having sort of a quick look through the windows. I like to sort of see what's actually sort of in the windows. Normally it's the more higher price stuff, so it's not stuff that I can pick up as part of the CEX challenge. But I will be honest, when I do go to CEX, I do also look for sort of other pickups as well. I'm not sort of just getting the CEX stuff. Just quickly as well, before I forget to mention it, just want to apologise for the little mark that is on the screen now. I damaged my camera before
I think a couple of weeks before I sort of filmed the CEX videos. So you'll notice that mark on sort of this one and the next CEX video. I have now got sort of a completely new camera, so once I sort of get through all of the backlog, there's quite a lot of sort of boot fair and charity shop videos still to go. That will be the camera that I use, and the quality of the video will be a lot better. But straight off the bat, I'm sort of having a look through the PS4 games. Just really having a look through. This one stood out to me. Obviously, it was a PSVR game, but I don't know too much about it. And then obviously you can see there's loads of Cyberpunk there. I'm surprised actually that people haven't been sort of picking Cyberpunk up, because it has been sort of getting cheaper. Then we are at the GameCube games. So there's a couple of games here that I was really tempted to pick up. So you've got, is it Pikmin, something like that. And then there's also Pokemon Colosseum. Obviously I am going a bit overboard with sort of Pokemon games at the moment. But a bit of a spoiler for the CEX free-for-all video that will be coming the week after the next CEX video. I do pick up a Pokemon game, and it is actually picked up sort of in this store on this day actually, and yeah, I've loved playing it. Now I'm just having a quick sort of look through on the PS3. What I didn't notice actually when I was in the store was the Yakuza games down the bottom. I didn't even see them. If I'd seen them, I'd have definitely sort of picked them up and had a look. So what I do tend to do sort of when I am sort of looking through a CEX is that I will sort of open the cases. Sometimes they'll be empty and the manuals are actually behind the counter with the discs, but sometimes they are actually in the case already. It's sort of 50-50 as to sort of whether you sort of get manuals. Oh, well, no, actually, sorry, it's not 50-50 as to whether you get manuals. It's 50-50 as to sort of whether they are in the box or behind the desk. I will say, all in all, sort of so far, sort of when I've been doing the CEX hunts, I'd probably say out of all games that I've bought for the collection from CEX, there's probably, I'd probably say about 95% of the games that I pick up have manuals. So it is quite a good sort of, you've got quite a good chance of sort of getting a manual out of CEX. Once again, it's all down to the people that trade them in. Some people just don't really care about the manuals. All they're interested in is the game, and they might sort of chuck the manual. I've heard of people actually chucking the manual away because they just get annoyed with sort of opening the case and it sort of flopping about. But and obviously, yeah, there's multiple reasons why you couldn't have a manual in the box. But all in all, I say out of sort of all the free CEXs that I go to, I'd say that 95% of what I get does have a manual. And normally it's anywhere between sort of one and 3 games. I think 3 is the most that I've ever had from CEX where I didn't have a manual. But they are quite good because they normally they see the camera on my backpack and ask about it, and that's when I say to them, oh, I've got a YouTube channel and I'm a games collector. And they do tend to ask me actually if I want sort of about the manuals, and I normally say if you can get me the manuals, I'd really appreciate it, and they normally are quite good. So you'd have seen now I was just looking through the Nintendo games. So I was looking through the Wii and the Wii U, just having a look, sort of see what was there. Now we are on to the 360, and the first game I've picked up there is Metro Last Light. Now I am quite keen to sort of play the Metro games. I believe that sort of Last Light is the second game in the series. And I do sort of talk about this in the pickups part at the end of the video, because I'm actually filming the voiceover after the pickups. Yeah, I can't quite remember, but I'll check before we get to the pickups as to sort of what part of the series that is, because I think there's 3 Metro games, and as I say, I think Metro Last Light is the middle one. So now we're on to the PS2, and the first one that jumps out at me actually is Manhunt. So this is a Rockstar game. I think it come out, is it just after GTA 3? I want to say after GTA 3. Well, it definitely come out after GTA 3, I know that. But yeah, not quite sure on the timeline. Obviously, it was during the era where literally everything that Rockstar released, and there was a controversy attached to it. And the Manhunt games, both 1 and 2, had sort of a fair amount of controversy. Then, yeah, so we've got a Sonic game there. And this is one that I have wanted to pick up. So this is the Sonic Collection. So this is all of the sort of Mega Drive games. I think it's Mega Drive, Master System, Game Gear, and sort of all of those sort of era, sort of like the 80s and the 90s era Sega consoles. But I can't remember how much it was priced at, but I just thought it was a bit too much for sort of what I wanted to pay on sort of the day. And I'll be honest, this weekend in total we're doing, so I've done 3 CEX hunts. I basically went to all 3 stores to film the CEX hunts. Then I also done sort of CEX free-for-alls. So I literally got games from sort of every shop that I went to, but I'm going to present it in a single video to all of you. I think when I sat down and worked it out, I'd done close to £500 across sort of all 3 CEXs over sort of a 2-day period. I think it was about 100. I think it was 120 in one, 130 in another, and 150 in another. So that's not quite 5. So yeah, it's about 400. About 400 I've done. And yeah, just didn't even realise. But yeah, it's nice every now and then to sort of be able to just have a bit of a blowout and sort of pick up pretty much whatever you want. But we are coming to the end, so I'm going to wrap it up on the Xbox One. You'll see there I've got a couple of games that I've picked up. I'm just trying to decide sort of what I actually want to sort of take home. But what we'll do now is we will head back home, and then we can have a look at everything that we've managed to pick up.
So that is us back from CEX, and yeah, it was an okay hunt. Not one of the best ones. I will admit there was quite a few bits bought outside of the CEX hunt. So I think after the next CEX hunt, I am going to be doing a CEX free for all. Where I've got sort of a load of games to sort of go through that weren't included in the normal CEX budget. The reason that is because a lot of the time we would have to, in order to get some of these games, we would essentially have to save up. So we wouldn't necessarily be able to buy them with one sort of video's budget. So I do the free for all just to sort of give us some extra games to sort of put into the collection. But what I will say is, as normal, what I am doing now with the CEX videos is I am focusing more on games that I actually want to play. So there's a lot less in sort of quantity, but I think it's better quality for sort of what I'm actually looking for. And let's dive straight into it. And we're going to start off with the PS2. So we managed to get 2 titles on the PS2. I'm trying to get everything to sort of balance on my legs. So the first one that I picked up was actually Sega Superstars. Now this is one of the, so this is sort of like an all-in-one disc. It's got 12 different games. It's got Sonic the Hedgehog. They're all sort of Dreamcast games. Sonic the Hedgehog, Crazy Taxi, Knights, Virtual Fighter, Super Monkey Ball, yeah, loads of different ones. Space Channel 5 and House of the Dead, sort of. So yeah, there's quite a few on there. It's a bit different because obviously it does require the iToy, which is the PS2 camera. I think I've got one, but one of the big reasons why I picked it up is because in the lead up to sort of doing this CEX hunt, obviously it was done a little while ago while the boot fairs were still in session, and every time I went to the Sunday boot fair there was this one stall that had the basically the big box version of this. It's not like a PC big box, but the sort of same sort of size as a CD case, but then it also come with a camera. But every time I looked at it and I went to sort of pick it up, I opened it up and then didn't have the game in it. So I saw this at CEX for 50p, and I was a bit like, well, I can get that from there and then pick that one up from the boot fair. But then after picking it up, I then didn't see it at the boot fair again. So yeah, I am going to have to sort of track down the sort of the box and the camera. As I say, I'm not sure whether I don't actually, looking at it now, I don't think I've got that version of camera for the PS2. But once again, it's something that I'll pick up, and I will try and get sort of the big sort of box that it all goes in. So we paid 50p for that. And then the next game we picked up was actually Manhunt. So I have got, just there, I've got Manhunt 2 on the Wii. But when I saw they had Manhunt there on the PS2, I wanted to sort of pick it up. It's an old Rockstar game. It's another one of the older Rockstar games where it was sort of heavily criticised at the time, and sort of all the palaver in the news and things like that. But it's not one that I had in the collection. It's not actually one that I've had a chance to play yet. So I'm quite glad to sort of get hold of it. And what I am going to be doing, so I'm actually filming sort of this part of the video sort of yesterday from when the video's released. And today I have ordered a new green screen setup. So instead of using the sort of frame and clips and everything like that, this one I'm just literally going to sort of pull up. So it is due to get here before Sunday. It's due to get here, but either Friday, Saturday, or Monday. I'm really hoping that it shows up Friday, because I am going to be doing a let's play of Pokemon Brilliant Diamond for this Sunday's Pokemon video. And yeah, I hope it comes. But if it doesn't, what I am going to be doing, probably, well, if it becomes for this weekend, then what I might do is I might look to do a let's play of this for next week's video. So I'm going to start doing some more let's plays. So if there is a game that you'd like to see me play, whether you think it's good or whether you think it's bad, let me know in the comments down below, because yeah, I'm looking for some suggestions really. I've got quite a few games within the collection that I want to have a go at, but I think I'm at the point now where I've got so many games that I want to play that I really don't know what to play. I am in the process as well, so a lot of you know that I've got an app that I use for sort of tracking my collection. I would pull it up, but I'm actually filming on my phone at the moment. I'm trying to find a way to actually make that list public. So I'm going to try and do it through the app. If not, I have got some other plans in the background that I'm working on to potentially have a sort of a publicly accessible list of my games. So stick with me. If you're not following me on my socials, I'll put links to my Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram just below. Follow me on there as well, because once I do sort of announce it, I will sort of put it out sort of first on the social medias before it gets sort of talked about in a video. Because I do a lot of the time I do actually film my videos a bit in advance. But let's get back to what we're here for, and it's a CEX hunt. So £4 for Manhunt. So that's a total spend on the PS2 of £4.50. We haven't got a PS1 spend today, so that money is going to roll over to next week. Then we have, so we've got 2 PS3 games, and both games that I've sort of wanted to play. First one is Motorstorm. So we paid £2 for this one. It is box complete. I think with the PS2 titles, Manhunt doesn't have a manual. Nope. And Sonic does. So far it's only Manhunt that's not complete. I don't know if you can see that. I think that's just off camera, isn't it? So yeah, I've wanted to sort of, obviously Motorstorm was one of the release titles for the PS3. So one of the sort of sub collections that I'm sort of doing is I want to try and get the release titles for all of the consoles that I'm collecting. So I've wanted this one for a while. I keep seeing it at the boot fairs, but then when I sort of speak to the people that are selling it, they want sort of like £4 or £5 for it, and I knew I could get it cheaper. And then I saw it at CEX. I had it within the budget to get it, so I just decided to get it, add it to the collection. So yeah, that was £2. And then the next one that we picked up was Fear 2. So I can't remember. I have got one of the other Fears. Can't remember if it was Fear or Fear 3. And I can't remember whether it was PlayStation or Xbox that I got it on. But I knew I didn't have Fear 2 because I think I actually double checked on the app before I checked out. But it's box complete. And yeah, it was another series that I want to sort of play through. So that's one of the main reasons why I picked it up. What I will do is sort of with things like Fear 2, I will always play the first one first and then sort of play through the series. Then next up we go on to the PS4, and we've actually got 2 titles on the PS4 today, which is absolutely brilliant. So the first one that we've got is actually a PSVR title, and this is Eve Valkyrie. So it looks like basically a sort of flying sort of space simulator. Disc only, obviously. With the PS4, it's very sort of hit and miss as to whether you get a manual or not. But yeah, I saw it, I thought it looked really interesting, and obviously being a VR title as well, I thought I'd give it a go, because I do have a PSVR. So yeah, we paid £5 for that. And then the other pickup we had was Borderlands, the Handsome Collection. So this is Borderlands 2 and Borderlands the pre-sequel, which have been sort of remastered for the PS4. It does say £6, but once I actually sort of got into the store, no it's not, that's right, sorry. Yeah, it was £6. There was a couple, I think it was at, yeah, it was the CEX store that we went to last week, and it was, because it was, where is it? That was it. So Man of Medan, that was actually priced at £5, but I think we paid £4 for it. So yeah, I was just getting a bit confused. I knew there'd been a couple that were on sale, because I think the day that I went out to most of the, I think 2 of the CEXs I've done in one day, and the other one I've done another day, I think. but yeah, there was some markdowns that day. So no manual, but once again, not sure whether it come with a manual in the first place. And yeah, I've never played any of the Borderland games. They're ones that sort of I want to give a go to, but as I say, just never had a chance to play them. So yeah, that was a £10 spend on the PS4, and I'm not sure what did we have. Yeah, we had a £10 budget on the PS4. So far we are doing really well. Then next up, we move on to the original Xbox, and we've actually got a game that I've seen a couple of times at sort of various CEXs, and every time I've seen it, I've then seen another game that I wanted more, and this time I was just like, no, that is the game that I want, and that is the game I'm going to pick up, and it is Battlestar Galactica. So it's actually based on the original 1978 series. It's box complete, and essentially it looks like sort of so it's basically space battles. So it is sort of essentially sort of a space flight sim, and sort of combat sim. So yeah, I wanted to pick it up, I wanted to have a go at it, and yeah, this time I finally managed to actually pick it up and add it to the collection. So with that one, we paid £4 for that, and we had a £7 budget, so we've got £2 to sort of roll over. Sorry, no, 5, 6, so yeah, £3 to roll over, sorry. Then we move on to the 360. And there's two titles here on the 360. Once again, two titles that I'm really, really keen to play. First one is Metro Last Light. And this one is, it's got the manual. And so, yeah, once again, I've wanted to sort of have a go at the sort of Metro series. Every time I've seen them, sort of, they look really sort of graphically stunning. So I've just wanted to sort of play them. I can't remember the order of them. Now, every time I look them up, and then I always forget. If I remember rightly, isn't Last Light the second one in the series? I'm going to check before I edit the video, so I'll put a little message there. But from what I can remember, Last Light is the second one in the series. There is one before that I need to sort of get hold of first, just to appease my OCD, so that I play them in order. Then the next game that I picked up was another one that I've seen it sort of several times, but it was only the fact that sort of I think a couple of days before I went to this CEX, I'd seen a video that was talking about it, and I can't remember who made the video. But it was the whole video was based on this one game and basically the troubled history of it. And it was Vanquish. So it looks like an absolutely brilliant game. Very sort of high paced, and yeah, as I sort of sat down and I sort of watched that video. It was a really well put together video. And yeah, it was quite a few weeks ago that I sort of done this pickup, and I just cannot for the life of me remember. And going through my YouTube history would probably take me ages. But yeah, I picked it up, saw that it was £1.50, and thought, well, it's a game that I want to get. It looked really interesting, so I would just pick it up. So that meant that our total spend on the 360 was £4.50, and we had a £6 budget. So once again, massively under budget. We've been sort of quite under budget for everything today, and looking at what we've got left, I think we're still massively under budget for everything that's got coming up as well. Then the next one we've got is the Xbox One. So I will admit we're doing really well with the Xbox One in the CEX challenges. I think we've actually managed to pick a game up sort of every time we've gone. I don't think we've been that lucky with a PS4. As far as I remember, I'm going to check that. I'm not 100%. I don't think we've managed to pick up a PS4 title every time. Or we might be wrong, because I think there was quite a few £5. I don't know. It's late. I'm filming this video quite late. So, yeah, I'm all over the shop. But the Xbox One game that we picked up today was Rocket League. This is the collector's edition. And, yeah, so disc only. I'll be honest, I've never played it. I've got it on my PlayStation account because obviously it was a sort of not long after it was released. It was a PS Plus game, and yeah, so I think it was a PS Plus game, sort of a few months after the PS4 released. So when it sort of come out, I sort of downloaded it, but never actually sort of played it. So when I saw it on the Xbox One, I think I was sort of struggling to find something at this store for the Xbox One. So I ended up sort of just saying, do you know what, I'm just going to pick it up and then sort of try and give it a go. So £3.50 for that one. And we had a £5 budget. So yeah, that would leave us, I've not updated this, so it's £6.50 for the next CEX video. Then we move on to Nintendo, and we've only managed to pick up for 4 of the consoles. Now, as I say, sort of with the Nintendo, it is so easy to pick up titles for under a £5. There are loads. But this time I was very focused on picking up titles that I actually wanted to play or liked the look of. So that is why there is not as many titles on the Nintendo consoles today. But we are going to start off with probably one of the harder consoles to get titles for at the moment, and that is the GameCube. So we've got a Magical Mirror starring Mickey Mouse. We paid £10 for this. It's box complete. And yeah, what I've been finding is that the GameCube has become a lot harder. Obviously, it's always had sort of a very tight selection in CEX. We're still lucky enough that it does appear on the shelves. It's not sort of actually behind the glass cases anymore at the moment. But yeah, it's become harder. It's not. I think sort of when we first started the CEX hunt, we were able to get some of the sort of the cheaper games, sort of each time we done a hunt. But I know last time we didn't manage to get one, and I can't remember if I managed to get one next time. I don't think I do. I'll be honest, I can't remember. But yeah, we did manage to get one today. It is £10, and I can't remember what our GameCube budget was £10 for this month. So yeah, we didn't get one last CEX hunt, but we did this one. So yeah, another nice one. And the reason that I picked that up is because it essentially looks like a 3D platformer, and I'll be honest, one of my favourite Mickey Mouse games is actually Cast of Illusion on the Mega Drive. I played that when I was younger. I have managed to get it for my Mega Drive again, and yeah, I saw it. It was in budget, so I thought we'd sort of give it a go. Once again, that is another one that I can potentially sort of play on a Let's Play. Because I do have my GameCube hooked up to my TV, so it can be sort of run into my sort of capture card. Then next up we've got the Nintendo Wii, and we actually picked up Wreck-It Ralph. So we paid £6 for this. Oh, sorry. We had a £6 budget, so right on budget. And essentially, sort of looking at it, it just looks like basically a 3D platformer. Box complete. It's even got the little Nintendo booklet in there as well, which is nice to find because you don't often find those still in the cases. So yeah, I picked it up. It looked interesting. I've not seen anything about it, but yeah, I just thought I'd sort of have a look at it. Then we've got 2 more left, and the second to last one is going to be the Nintendo DS, and we actually picked up Secret Life of Titanic, 1912 to 2012. Travel back in time to save the ones you love in this hidden object adventure. So this is another one that I've seen quite regularly, sort of when I've gone to CEX, and I've always been fascinated with the Titanic. I sort of tend to sort of really enjoy anything, whether it's sort of documentaries, films, games, anything like that. I tend to sort of give them a go. So yeah, this is one that I've sort of seen and that I've almost picked up on a couple of occasions. And today I just decided, you know what, I'm just going to get it and have a go at it, see what it's like, and finally actually get it added to the collection. So that was why I picked that one up. So we paid £3 for that. We had a £5 budget for the DS. So we've got £2 that will roll over to next time. And then the next game that we've got is actually not the 3DS, but it's going to be the Switch. We had a £20 budget on the Switch, and I actually managed to find Flashback, the 25th anniversary. This is this is like the special edition or the sort of collector's edition version, and it includes obviously the game, a retro style metal case which is in the shape of an American Super Nintendo cart. We've got a numbered metal card, so sort of like an edition number, digital soundtrack which has probably been redeemed, and the game manual. So yeah, I saw it. Obviously I loved the original Flashback on the Mega Drive. I've got it up there. I've played it sort of several times. Don't think I've ever completed it, because it can be a fairly long game, but it's definitely sort of fairly involved as well. And I did get the remake, which yeah, this isn't the remake, this is just the classic version actually. So yeah, I have got the remake on I think it was the Xbox One. I had that on, and yeah, thought it was all right, but I still preferred the original. So yeah, I saw this. Obviously it was in budget, and I thought, do you know what, I am not going to not get it. So yeah, picked that up for £15. As I say, we had a £20 budget on the Switch. Sorry, yeah, £20 budget for the Switch. So yeah, was able to pick it up, and I'm really happy with that. So we started off with a £139.25 budget. We've actually spent only £67.50. So that will actually end up with £159.25 to spend over everything next time. What I'll do is I will flash up now what our budget for next time will be. So you can see sort of across all the different consoles what we've got to spend. And yeah, that is going to be it for today's video. So if you did enjoy today's video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. And also, if you want to see more videos just like this, hit the subscribe button and ring the bell to be kept up to date when I upload new videos. Our next video, which is going to be on Friday, if I remember rightly, is boot fair video, I think. Yeah, it's a boot fair video. And then on Sunday, in our Pokemon video, we're gonna be playing Brilliant Diamond. So really looking forward to that. It's due to arrive on Friday, so I'm hoping that I can sort of get that filmed Friday evening. And yeah, so I'm going to wrap it up there. Just want to say a massive thank you for joining me today. Really hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the next one. All right, bye.